Okay, today I remembered to hit the go live button, so I went live before I started talking. Welcome, 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 in all of you. Those are those who are new and those who are returning. Welcome to Miss C's Cottage, the home of the Sun Bunny. I'm Miss C, and I live here at Miss C's Cottage, and with all my yarn and those pesky little stitch markers that got in here last night and had some kind of a party. I don't know. I have three things to show you, but well, I'm not going to show you this room because I haven't had the time this morning to clean this room up from the stitch marker party last night. Mimi sent me a message. Okay, I did get it. I did get it. Don't forget to leave your epithelials on the like button. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. And if you like, that phone's not even real anymore. If you like Miss C's Cottage, share it with a friend. You know, nobody's going to get hurt here because there's just too much love in here. I can't even hardly close the door. There's so much. And that's why I'm so glad when you guys come in with your buckets and fill them up with love. And takes the pressure off. All right. How is everybody doing today? Let's see who's here. Let me go back up to the top and see who is here. We have Jen and Leanie and Tammy. And Leanie and Tammy and Jen. And Sujan is here today. Hello, Sujan. And Jackie Belcher's in the house. And there's my friend Mac. And Sally Stevens is here. And Barbara Andrews. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you came in today. Yes. Yay! 12 o'clock noon, Wednesday and Sunday. I'm so glad you're here. And there's my friend Jenny. Jenny, we need to schedule an August lunch. Jenny and I go to lunch once a month and we share our lives and we share recipes that we have. And I've got a couple new ones for her. She likes to work with cotton. And I think in the very beginning of our relationship, I gave her some of those big cotton cones that Peaches and Cream or somebody had. I don't remember. But she got them, and she does a lot of crochet with cotton. So I've got some patterns for her. Susan Burke is here. And there's Rosie. Hello, hello. And Paula Mulford is here this morning. Welcome, Paula. And look at here. There is Len, the crafty cranker. Oh, Len, I am so jealous. I have to tell you that Len is up at his cottage. He and his wife go up to the cottage in the summer. And there's a boat and a dock out front, and he's been fishing and says he just caught a mess of fish and probably ate them all up last night. I'm so jealous. I grew up on Lake Erie, if you didn't know. And we had I think an 8 or 10-foot aluminum boat. And Daddy would take us out to Turtle Island and we'd go swimming. And then when we got older, we could actually take the boat out to Turtle Island ourselves. but only when the water was low enough at the Summit Street Bridge that we could get under it. Because sometimes when it rained, the water got kind of high because we lived on a halfway creek, so it got kind of high. But I used to go fishing with my dad because I was his son, and I took my glasses off and messed my hair up, didn't I? I'd go fishing with Daddy, and we'd catch Lake Erie perch. Oh, there's nothing better than a Lake Erie perch pulled right out of the lake and cooked that night. So I am really, really envious of Len today. There's my friend Kayla. And Gabriella is here. Hello, Gabriella. I love you so much, my dear one. Let's see. Let's see who else has sneaked in here. Today, it's my weather, Paula, is pretty good. It rained yesterday, lots of lightning and thunder, and I imagine we'll get some more this afternoon. But it's starting to do that summer thing where it rains every afternoon around 3 o'clock. Oh gosh, I'm so glad to see all of you guys come in. All right, I'm down to the bottom. And I'm glad everyone, good swimming and fishing where Len is. Len, what state are you in? Because I don't think I have an address for you, but and I don't know what state you're in. I personally am in a state of confusion, but I don't know what state you're in. Especially after these stitch markers have ransacked this. I'm not gonna fuss about it. Okay, let's move right along. Today, I started watching Maisie and Ruth, and I forget what her name really is. It's not Maisie, and it's not Ruth. It's something else. And she does the cutest little baby dresses. And she's got me started on a granny square sundress. And this is how far I have gotten on it this morning. One square, not even finished one square, but I'm doing it in Moya, which is a cotton yarn from South Africa. They're hand dyed. They can be machine washed, but dry flat, they said. I don't know about that. I think if you dry them on a fluff dryer, low air, low heat, whatever. It's 50% bamboo and 50% cotton. Moya, a kind of its own. And this is Moya Shimmer. I don't know if you can see the shimmer in it or not, but this color is called Forest Green. And I was going to put this on the outside of this green and then do the white, but I got confused, so I said, okay, stop. I'm using Athena for the center, and then my petals are made out of Karina. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. But I don't know if it'll show you or not, but some of it is pink and some of it is more red. Here you can see the red over on this side more, and then it's more pink down here. It's just so pretty. And then this is called Ariel. That's light green. And you make, for the size I'm making, you make 4 granny squares, and that's one in the front, one in the back, and one for each side. And that's from, I think they said 0 to 4 months, 0 to 12 months. You do 4 squares, and they should be like 4.5 inches when you're finished with them. Now, I don't know what mine is going to be, but mine's going to be about 4.5 inches. Yeah. Pretty. Anyway, I'm going to put this away, and I think I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put this darker green on the outside edge, and then stitch them together with, they say, I might have to do it with this, because they say stitch it together with the color you're going to make the dress out of. And I think I'm going to make the dress out of this called Prism. It's like an off-white. I'll let you know. Okay, that is going away. Oh, and they come in these wonderful, you can get them, you can get any color you want. As evidenced by this package that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dark purple, which is Venus. 2 of the light purple, which is Mars. I got 3 of this, which is called Glimmer. It's kind of a multicolored one. And then I have 2 of the green, which is Juniper. These are also going to be little summer dresses for little girls. So I'm going to put these all up here with that, because I have finished with my Boggy Creek blankets. I have finished with my Boggy Creek blankets. I have finished with the giraffes for Nisi. And there's Jennifer. Hello. I took mine this morning, Paula. Can you see the variegation, Leanie? Good morning to Gracie. Oh, you got it, Jen. Good. I'm so glad. You know, I really felt miserable, and you can ask Sam, and she can tell you how bad it was. She had to give me a pep talk to get me. Well, actually, she got in her floaty and paddled herself over here from Australia, kicked me in the butt, and then left Florida and went back to Australia to get me going. But I really felt bad about the time delay between the times that you won gifts or bid on gifts and won them that way, or got a blessing, snagged a UFO, whatever it was. I feel bad about that month and the month this month when I finally mailed everything. And so I put some extras in some of those packages of people who've been waiting forever, because I figured they deserved them. And that's the way I am. That's the way I am. So I'm glad you enjoy your package when it comes. I know that Sam got hers, and I don't know what happened. Anyway, I can still hear me. Daiko's here. Hello, hello, hello. Helping your mother-in-law. Well, you help away. You know you got hugs and a bucket full of love when you leave. There's my Angela, my angel in the frozen stone. Love that girl. Spring is here. Hello, hello. There you are. Hello. How can you lose? On a day that you walk in your cottage and it is a catastrophe of chaos because the stitch markers held a party last night and they tore everything up. Kitty, I don't know if you're here, Kitty, but they did not even put their coffee cups in the sink, nor did they throw their paper in the bin. So you can just imagine what I'm facing today. It's probably going to take the rest of the day for me to clean this mess up. Mm. LBNO, Lana Nana Banana. That's it. Okay, I like that. Okay, let's get started. What is on the calendar for today? See how good of a planner I am? So, I want to show you a few things that I have done. And then maybe we'll just kind of play the rest of the day. I have a friend called Christy who also has a channel called Crochet Creations by Christy. And she has a dachshund. Hey, Lydia, good morning. It could be, Gabriella. You just never know with those pesky critters. Uh-oh, what am I running over? Hold on a second. I'm running over something. God knows. There was a robin. Okay. She has dachshunds. She has a dachshund. And so she she is the person who inspired me to do Pick Your Blessing because she plays a game on her channel called somebody tell me what it is. Somebody tell me. I don't know. I call it stump her because she picks out two or three. You get to put in what you want. Excuse me. And then whoever name comes up, then she chooses a couple yarns for that person, and they get to choose which one they like. And she pulled out a yarn for someone that wanted a variegated orange or something. I don't remember right now, but this was the color of the that she chose for them, and was one of the colors that she chose from them. They did not choose it. I don't remember either, Jen. Welcome, welcome, and good morning, Lydia. Anyway, she said, okay, well, I'll put this in the basket. she has another game whereby you can choose your name on a bracket board game that she plays, or you can choose something out of her basket. And I won that one. So I chose something out of the basket. I chose this yarn that nobody wanted. I thought it would make a cute bunny. And then when I got thinking about it, I thought, you know what? She doesn't have a somebody. She doesn't have a somebody. She doesn't have anything for me. I could make her a somebody. So I made her a dachshund because she has a dachshund. And I made it out of this yarn that nobody wanted. And there's his ear, which may go the other way. I don't know. But anyway, I put these special things over his eyes. And I'm not sure I like it. But here's his arm. That's it. That's the arm. That's all you get. And that's the leg. That's the leg for the dachshund. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, I'm making it for her. So I've been working on that. And one of you had chosen a dachshund to be your dog. And no, it wasn't a Dachshund, it was a Chihuahua. Anyway, I'm doing Rosie the Dachshund out of the dog book for her, which I think is, it's really coming out nice, and I'm liking it. Okay, the other thing I'm working on is a pattern by Blossom Crochet. And I'm using the Premier Anti-Pilling DK colors in the colorway Sweetheart. And all this stuff all on the floor. It's called Shells in the Round. I call it Shells in V-Stitches. And it's absolutely beautiful. And you may have seen it because I've been working on it. It's called Shells in the Round. Oh, there it is. Shells in the Round. And you do a row of shells. And then you do a row of V-stitches. And then you do another row of shells in the V-stitch. And it's coming out so pretty from that yarn. And when my sister-in-law came over a couple weeks ago, she said, "Oh, that's such a pretty pattern. What is that pattern?" And I said, Shells and V-stitches. And she said, "I need to have that pattern." And I said to her, better yet, let's start another blanket and we could start it together. What color do you want? So we went to Miss C's cottage and she picked out a color that she liked of my DK. What is it? Oh, I have with butterfly. And I think she took the DK anti-pilling. It's still a DK. So we started another one. And isn't this one beautiful? This one is in the colorway Tropical Fish. And actually, it's really a dark blue in the very center. And then it works out to this beautiful turquoise. And then into the yellow green. And then the rest of it's all yellow. Oh, there's a couple shades of yellow. It goes from that yellow green to a gold. You can see the gold here. From the dark blue to a turquoise to a lighter turquoise to this lime green and then this gold. And then it goes to this lighter yellow. So, and the rest of it's going to be yellow, but the yellow part is, as it gets larger, you use more yarn. So it's not going to be like really wide yellow. It might be about this wide. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But it's going to take 2 cakes of yarn. So here, let's do this. We'll have a poll. On the second cake, do you think I should start in the middle again on the outside of this yellow and put the blue, the turquoises, and the second skein of yellow? Or should I go till the end of this lighter yellow and start on the outside of the second cake and do a really wide yellow and then do a round of each of these? I probably wouldn't even get all the way around by that point. I certainly could not get all the way around with the dark blue at the end. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's probably only about 30, and by the time you get to the outside of this blanket, 30 is only going to do one side. So I'm not sure. Start again with the blue. Start with the yellow. Butterfly, I love the butterfly yarn. Yeah, sometimes it seems to split, but I am using I think I'm using a 4.5 hook with it. A G hook, 4.5. And I think these are the same size. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're the same size. So this is a 4.5 also. But so pretty, isn't it? Oh, I can't wait. Start with the yellow. Oh no, 2 and 2. We need a tiebreaker. Barbara says start with the blue. Oh, Sally, what a remarkable thinker you are. Maybe when you get to the dark blue, do a single crochet border. Done. All right. And that one comes from Blossom Crochet. I'm telling you, these stitch markers, I have got yarn wrapped around my leg. Get back in the box where you all belong. This is ridiculous. Okay. This is the one I'm going to be working on because, oh, I have this other one to show you first, though. And I think I did show you the Boggy Creek blanket that I finished. It's folded in half, but these are all the 10 weeks from the Boggy Creek blanket that Trisha picks out the colors. It's that CPAP machine. It dries my throat out. and then I get cloggy. And I just put a little picot border on it to finish it off. Simple. And I saw another border today that I really liked. Might have been Blossom Crochet again, maybe. She had a really simple border to put on a blanket, and I really liked it. Now, I don't know who has this pattern, and I didn't write it down because it's so super simple, but this is another blanket that I'm working on. And this is Premier Anti-Pilling DK blanket, DK Colors Batik. And this is in the colorway Go Fish. And this is what it looks like made up. In this stitch. This is what mine looks like made up so far. Now, I've heard the stitch called lots of different things. Some people call it the Drunken Granny. I don't like that name, and so I don't use it. I just call it what it is. It is a single crochet in the single crochet of the previous stitch, followed by 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And it's real splitty. I forget what that means. Do you need a bigger hook or do you need a smaller hook when the yarn splits like that? Some of you experts out there will know. Hey, Rita. Welcome, welcome in. Five blue and 2 yellow. Okay, start with the blue then, I guess. Well, look, I appreciate your suggestions, and I will take them all into consideration, but ultimately, since the hook is in my hand, we'll all find out when I find out. I love you guys. Or a different style hook, or try a different yarn. God, Mac, I can always count on you for a good laugh. That's why when she pops up on the screen, I yell, Mac! Elmo's doing wonderful. Dory called me the other day. She had something to talk about, and we probably talked for, I don't know, an hour. And I'll tell you how long we talked. Elmo picked the phone up in his office, and he said, Dory's on the phone. So I took the phone and went up to the common room and sat in my rocker in the corner and talked to Dory until I heard in my ear, beep, 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 beep. The battery was going dead. So I said, hang on, Dory. I'm going up over into the kitchen and getting the kitchen phone. So I said, hang on. So I went over, I got the kitchen phone. I said, okay, I'm here. So I took Elmo's phone down to his office and gave him his phone back. And I said, it's dead. You need to charge it. And he said, oh, thank you. And I sat up in the rocker until this phone, the kitchen phone, started beeping. And I said, Dory, I love you, but I have to go because the kitchen phone is beeping. So It could have been an hour, it could have been an hour and a half. I don't know how long the batteries lasted. And I didn't look at the phone because, when something's bothering you and you've got an ear, sometimes you just need to vomit everything out. And that's the way it is. And because I make some bunnies, and because my some bunnies will listen forever and never give you advice, never tell you how to fix your problem, and never share your problems or your secrets or your troubles or your worries with anybody else, people call me. And that's okay because they know I love them enough to listen and validate their every concern. And there are some people that call me, and I love it when they call because they give me the good news as well as their worries. And it just seems to me that once you get those things that are roiling around inside of you out, and you get to take a look at them as well as listen to them, sometimes they're not as big and scary as you thought they were. And two, when you share a burden with a friend, you go home with only half a burden. So anyway, we killed two phones, and I love it. I love it. So this is what I'm going to work on for the next 20 minutes. I'm going to work on this. And if you'd like to make a blanket like this, I think I crocheted 120. I think I've chained 120 chains. And oh, her name was right there. She told me that when you get back to here, what you start your chain, and when you come back to this chain, if you have two extra chains, just pick them out. You don't need them. My screen's gone blank again. There we are. And if you don't have another one, guess what? You just go in that last one with your tail. Oh, come on. What's happening here? With your tail, and you just make a couple more stitches. And there's two more chains to work in if you need more chains. She's brilliant. Starts with an R, and she's from Scotland. Michelle! Welcome, welcome, welcome. And there's Jacqueline Marley. Welcome, welcome. Allison Russell. Oh, Mac, you are so brilliant. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Allison Russell. She's excellent. If you want a beautiful baby blanket, beautiful, beautiful pattern, you go see Allison Russell. Sassy Mary's here. Hello, hello. Anyway, you start out. I chained 120. You can make your blanket as many uh, chains as long as you want the baby blanket to be. And then in the second one from the hook, you do a single crochet and two doubles. You skip one, and in the next one, you do a single crochet and two doubles. And you skip one, and you do a single crochet and two doubles all the way across. And when you get to this end, you chain 2, and in that first single crochet, you do a single crochet and 2 doubles. It's easy peasy, but look how pretty it's coming out. Such a pretty pattern. So easy. This is one that you can take in front of the TV, watch your favorite movie, and do this at the same time and not make a mistake. It's one of those easy peasy ones. Well, if I'm not sure, here's the deal. A lot of people will say, this is a pattern of 4. It's a repeat of 4 plus 3, or it's a repeat of 5 plus 2. I never know how many stitches I'm going to need, because I don't know how long I'm going to want my blanket to be. And then when I get how long my chains that I want my blanket to be, then I have to go back to the paper and pencil, and I have to divide them. I have to subtract 2 and divide them by 5 and see if I have enough. It's easier just to leave a long tail and add or subtract, and when you're done with your blanket, you snip that tail off. Or you fold it in and put it in the border. Oh, there's some really pretty border stitches on YouTube too. All right, Michelle. August 5th. August 5th is my half birthday. So happy birthday from me to you. Half birthday. And I tell you this because by the time you hit 75, you don't know how many more years you have. You know? I mean, seriously. And because that's 3/4 of a century. You're getting up there at 75. Maybe your family has a history of 80 something or 90 something, and that's wonderful. But if they don't, you don't know how many, only God knows the number of years that we have left. Okay? So at 75, I started counting half years, half birthdays, because every one of those counts after you turn 75, because you just don't know if you're going to make it to the next one. Birthday's August 1st. Wow. Lulu. Hello, Lulu. But I'm glad you've got your compression sleeve. That's, I think that will make a big difference. I didn't have to go through all of that, and I'm sorry that you do. But I had 2 lymph nodes removed, and I didn't have to worry about that. Nothing negative came about. We love you, Lulu. I like to see your face come into the cottage. I'm working on this blanket, and I've only got 17 minutes left. But what I'm doing is whatever they call this stitch, it's single crochet in the single crochet from the last row and 2 doubles in the same stitch. And now this hook is working fine. 1 single, 2 doubles. One single, 1 single. I might need to go to a 5. This is a 4.5. Let's see what a 5 does. This is one of my favorite hooks too. This comes from Hooks and Needles, something like that. One of those monthly kits that you can get. I don't get, because Bonnie says I ain't no Rockefeller. Jacqueline, you're not even close to 75 yet. I was a selfish little brat growing up, and so I liked all my monthly birthdays. You wouldn't have liked me. Okay, a single and two crochets, two doubles. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference in the size. Okay, there's the two doubles, and there's the single, double, double, single. So I'm going to do a single in the single. And then two doubles. I think the hook on the 5 is holding it better. Cindy Lulu. There's Katie. Spin the order 5. Cleaning your basement? Oh my gosh. You're making us all look bad. I'm playing with yarn. Single in the single, followed by two doubles in the single. And whatever you call that stitch, I call it easy. Single in the single, and two doubles. And I love this yarn. It's got a little bit of cream in it and a brown, and yet it's got some blue in it too. So it's really, really a variegated, really pretty. I like it. Flower Tammy! Hello! Back home now. Good, Susan, you're safe. We're just kind of using up the rest of the time making a blanket. Let me get this knot out of here for a minute. Okay, I have been working on my schnauzer, and I have his body done. And where are his legs? Here they are. I have two that have toenails, and I put the turquoise on the bottom and the gray on the. And I have two that are just regular feet with the turquoise. That's really pale. You can hardly tell the difference, I don't think. But these are his arms. It's kind of a, well, it's this Crafter Square yarn from the Dollar Tree, and it's a real pale turquoise, and then that's the color of the bunny, and this is the one that I'm brushing. Coming out really nice. So I will be ready on Sunday to do, I think we're working on the head on Sunday. Vima, hello, hello. Welcome to Miss C's cottage. I'm Miss C, and this is the home of the Sun Bunny. And on Sundays, we're working on some buddies, and we're doing dogs this month. So if you'd like to stop back Sunday and join us, you're not too late. And Diana, my sister, love that girl. You guys all know Vima? Vima, what channel do you guys all chat in? Because you're new to my channel, if I'm right. So you guys all know Vima. She's new to me also, Leanie. Leanie, otherwise known as my sister Eileen. Oh, Vima, I'm so glad my friends are welcoming you into the cottage. This is a safe place where you can come and unload. You leave all your burdens at the door with your shoes, and you come in and you just sit down and put your feet up and relax. You can work on a project or just grab a cup of something cold or something hot to drink, and just soak up the love, just the peace and the quiet and the love and the camaraderie that we share here. Because no stuff comes in here. You leave all your stuff at the door. None's allowed. And the last 5 minutes, which it is right now, is a time when we do a prayer request. So if you have anything that you would like us to pray for, and here's our little Bubba bird, we would be honored to pray for you or with you. Today is 7/23. And Lana Nana Banana, do you need prayers today, sweetheart? Yes, it does, Katie. It goes by too fast. See, it's already time to go, and we just got here. And Tammy would like an unspoken. You're still in the book, Michelle. Yes, Michelle's still in the book. We'll do it again for today. Yep, you're in there. And for Daigo, I love Daigo. Her name is Diana Gomez, and she's my sister because my name's Diana. And so we're Diana's sisters. She's always got someone in her family that needs prayers. I swear. Well, I shouldn't swear. God says don't swear. You can take an oath, but you can't swear. Okay. Vima, you have a channel? Okay, I'm going to come by as soon as I get off of here. And I have problems with my shoulders, and I can't throw anymore. So I will just drop some yarn in your driveway rather than throwing it in the window. And if you guys don't know what that is, because that's kind of an old thing. When you throw yarn in someone's window or when you say that, it really means that you have subscribed to their channel. So basically, I'm going to go over after the show and subscribe to your channel, Vima. And bird wings, yes, we did. We made bird wings. And we made the tail. I'm glad you came back. This one's hairy as well as feathered. Huh, must have been down on the floor. Did you fly down on the floor with the stitch markers? We've got the robin. We've got a little wren, I guess. I don't know. We've got a yellow finch. I think that's the three of them. Leanie and I are going to make, I have a chicken too. I love this little chicken. And I found the yarn that I made this chicken out of. So I'm going to make a bunch more chickens because I think they're so cute. I think they're so cute. He flew away. Yeah, we were working on Bubba Bird. Okay, anyway, back to Daigo. She's always has someone, a family member that needs prayer. So she and Michelle are kind of permanent list people. Let's see who else. I'm glad. I'm so glad. I will be looking for your smiling face next week. Sunday, maybe, huh? You like him, Katie? Maybe next Wacky Wednesday we'll make a chicken. There's Marsha Lee. And Demi is here. All right, anybody else need a prayer? Because I have Daigo, Tammy, and Michelle. Anybody else need a prayer? Because it's time for me to go. Yeah, it's just a little tiny one because it's made out of sock yarn. That's why. You can make it any size, just by changing the yarn weight and the hook size. But this is made out of sock yarn. Oh, thank you, Gabriella. Thank you all for making Vima feel welcome here. This is what Juan did for me. I went to visit Juan, and I just kind of fell in love with him. And in the very beginning, and he just was trying so hard. I wanted him to know that he was okay, just the way he is. So I made him a bunny and sent it to him, and it got to him, and he had to stop um, his live and compose himself a couple times and before he could come back and continue. And overnight, I got 1,000 people from his channel came over and signed up for me. So when you go to somewhere and you you meet people and you love them and they love you, overnight you get people. I think it's amazing the way that a lot of people are on the YouTube streets. Now there's people out there who are real butts, and I won't pretend to say otherwise. And they're crabbing about this and crabbing about that and whining and pissing and moaning, and I don't go there and I won't subscribe because I have my own dung heap out in the back. I don't need to be sitting on anybody else's. So that's why I say to you, whatever problems you came here with, you leave them outside on the mat with your shoes. Don't bring them inside because all that's here is love. Prayers for Demi's husband. Oh, okay. And what did you say? Don't ask for patience, sweetheart. You know how you get patience. Okay, patience it is. Demi, if you want to call me, we can talk about husbands with cancer and the patients to deal with it. We can definitely do that. Okay, guys, it looks like I need to go. Did Pebbles sneak in here whilst I wasn't looking? She's my favorite pea in the whole world. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you for letting me pray for you today. I hope that God keeps you safe, that there's no additional extraordinary rain in your area and you're not flooding or the wind's not blowing you away or the heat is not excessive. I pray that you will all have a very, very good day and that God will keep you safe in the palm of his hand. Before you go, I want to ask you to put your cups in the sink. I want to ask you to put your papers, your napkins. I think there was some kind of snack. Somebody snuck in with a snack. So if you've got a plate and a napkin, and throw that in the paper bin. Your empty water bottles in the paper bin. Don't forget your shoes on the way out, but leave the rest of the dirt on the doorstep. And don't take it home with you. Be sure and fill up your bucket with a scoop of love before you go so that you have plenty to share with those in your neighborhood until I see you on Sunday. I love each and every one of you, and God be with you until Sunday. Via con Dios. Until Sunday. Bye, guys.